Welcome to our educational podcast with your trusted teachers.
Today we are going to delve into the fascinating world of assessment in education, exploring the differences between traditional and alternative assessment. Have you ever wondered how student learning is evaluated beyond written tests and numerical grades?
It is a good question. In my opinion, it is a broad topic since the two types of evaluation are different, and some people within the educational community, educators, students, parents, and administrators, have different ideas about the implementation of evaluation strategies.
Oh, you are right. That's why today we'll dive into an exciting discussion about different assessment approaches, their advantages, challenges, and how they can impact our students' educational experience.
We could start by explaining the concept of traditional evaluation.
Yes, it's a good idea, so our listeners are also contextualized. In the educational world, assessment plays a crucial role in measuring student learning and making pedagogical decisions.
Right, first, traditional assessment characterized by standardized tests, written examinations, and numerical grades has long been the predominant method in educational institutions.
However, in recent years, there has been a growing interest in alternative assessment, hasn't there?
That's correct. Simons and other authors discussed the disadvantages of multiple choice tests. They claimed that depending on the level of cognitive effort, they become harder and more time consuming to create.
In other words, multiple choice items can be used effectively in testing the items that demand a low level of cognitive effort, such as recalling previously memorized knowledge. Items that require students to hire other thinking skills, such as analyzing and synthesizing, are more difficult to produce.
Yes, for example, the author Hughes criticizes multiple choice tests for the following aspects. First one, this technique tests only recognition skills. And second one, guessing may have a considerable but unknown effect on the test scores.
But traditional assessments seem to have no positive features at all, Maho.
That's not true. To begin with, traditional assessment strategies are more objective, reliable, and valid. This is especially true for standardized tests and other types of multiple choice tests. However, in this assessment, the teacher gets a preview of a student's knowledge conveniently, and it assesses a student's learning through a set of questions accurate as per the specified syllabus.
I have also heard from some teachers that with the traditional evaluation, students develop their retaining and understanding capabilities. They also learn to recognize and reconstruct their intellect and build their cognitive abilities. In addition, a traditional assessment don't require extra tools and hence are very economical. A simple pen and paper can be used in the procedure.
Traditional assessment has long been the mainstay of learning measurement in the educational system.
Yes, traditional assessment has served us well for many years. However, with the rapid pace of change in today's world, there's a growing recognition that we need assessment methods that can adapt and evolve alongside our student needs and the demands of the modern workforce.
That's true. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in exploring alternative approaches that can complement or even overcome the perceived limitations of conventional assessment strategies.
Precisely, alternative assessment is presented as a response to the need to adapt to a constantly changing world where the skills and competences demand go beyond memorization of information. It's about assessing students' abilities to think critically, solve problems creatively, and collaborate effectively, skills that are increasingly essential in today's complex society.
I get it, Wendy, but how is the difference assessment better than the usual test?
Well, Maho, different assessment focuses on more diverse and adapted ways to see how the students are learning. Instead of just multiple choice tests, we use things like projects, presentations, and papers that show what they know how to do.
Can you give me an example of how this would look like in school?
Sure, instead of just taking a test on a topic, the students could do a project where they use that knowledge in something real. Then they present it to their friends and get feedback from the teacher and others.
That's really interesting. This seems like a great way to teach students.
Exactly, by allowing them to use what they know in real situations. The different assessment makes them learn more and learn better. Plus, it also teaches the important things like public speaking, teamwork, and problem solving, which are super useful for life outside of school.
In other words, the alternative evaluation assesses higher early thinking skills, and students can demonstrate their learning progress through the assessment that focus on growth and performance.
Yes, also alternative assessment is developed in context, and over time the teacher has a chance to measure the strengths and the weaknesses of the students in a variety of areas and situations.
How can be the efficiency of alternative assessment be increased?
To increase the effectiveness of performance assessment, teacher needs to pay attention to the following points according to Elliott. First, selecting assessment tasks that are aligned or connected to what has been done. And the second one, sharing the scoring criteria for the assessment tasks with the students before working on the tasks.
On the other hand, the alternative assessment encourages the students to complete self-assessment of their performances, interpreting the students' performances by comparing them to standards that are developmentally appropriate, as well as to the other students' performances.
Oh, by the way, today we have a guest from La Gran Colombia University, Professor Francie, who has a great trajectory in teaching French and who is going to share with us in this space her perspective on how to evaluate students.
Welcome, Professor. Thank you for joining us. Let's tell us a little bit about how you evaluate your students, and according to you, what is the best way to evaluate? The traditional or the alternative way?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Francie, merci beaucoup par l'invitation. Par rapport à la question à propos de l'évaluation traditionnelle ou une évaluation pensée de manière différente. En face, le processus des étudiants, je considère effectivement que nous ne pouvons pas effacer tout ce que la pédagogie a réussi à développer, tous les processus à propos de l'évaluation qu'auparavant ont été pensés par plusieurs personnes et qui ont été mises en œuvre par différentes institutions et par différentes personnes. On ne peut pas les oublier. Et je pense qu'on doit tenir compte de ces éléments de l'évaluation traditionnelle. Il y a des éléments qui sont importants, intéressants, oui. Mais effectivement, le monde, la société, la culture a changé. Et de la même manière, l'éducation. De cette manière-là, il faut que nous, comme professeurs, comme pédagogues, pensons à la possibilité d'évaluer le processus des étudiants d'autres manières. Oui, avec une manière effectivement qui peut nous montrer le processus de l'étudiant. Oui, et ne pas attendre des résultats, disons, standards pour tous les étudiants. De telle manière, ma conclusion, c'est qu'effectivement, il faut tenir compte les composants importants de l'évaluation traditionnelle, ouais, mais aussi regarder les nouvelles propositions par rapport aux évaluations ou à l'évaluation moderne qui est proposée aussi par différentes courantes pédagogiques qui nous demandent de regarder les étudiants comme êtres humains différents et comme des personnes qui font des processus différents.
Basically, the assessment method plays a key role in assessing a student's progress. It is essential to recognize the limitation of each assessment in providing a comprehensive view of a student's learning.
Traditional assessments such as standardized tests can provide clear measures of performance, although alternative assessment methods offer a more holistic approach, focusing on higher order thinking skills and allowing students to demonstrate their learning progress through varied assessments.
Equity of traditional and alternative assessment methods is crucial to fostering meaningful learning experiences and accurately assessing students' development.
Thank you for listening to us. These were your trusted teachers.